Welcome to Evolution in Controls. We're coming to you from our Farmers Branch, Texas location. I'm your host, Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. The science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke is famous for postulating that any technology that is insufficiently understood will eventually become indistinguishable from magic. It will become impossible to understand how or why it works. We all recognize that the technology in the world around us grows more sophisticated day by day. And if our technology continues to grow and become more and more advanced, then this truism should become more and more concerning, but maybe not for the reason that you might think. New technology, advanced technology, is attractive. It receives the attention that it's due because of all the new things that it accomplishes. It receives more attention than older, more established technology, and therein lies the problem. Just because there is more attention on the new doesn't mean that the more established technology simply goes away. It just means that less people are paying attention to it. And allowing that trend to continue leads us to a place where we are using technology in industry that is no longer well understood. In the industrial landscape of today, industrial hydraulics plays a powerful and pervasive role. Our reliance upon this technology is both deep and wide. And yet the understanding of the basic principles of operation, or even of some of its essential components, is quickly becoming non-existent. The need for industrial hydraulics is not going to go away, but how long is it before there is a new generation that lacks the understanding of a technology that drives and controls the machinery of their industry? How long before there is a dearth of knowledgeable candidates to fill open staffing positions? Long before this situation became a reality, Womack Machine Supply stepped in with a solution. They developed and began offering a hands-on training course in hydraulics, their hot school, based upon a textbook written by the company founder himself, Mr. Womack. Here to talk with us about this school, its history, its courses, and why it is so relevant today is Mr. Sam Durard, Regional Vice President of Sales, and Mr. Kent Darnell, Manager of the Hot School at Womack. Guys, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Let's start with introduction. Sam, tell us about a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with Womack and what you do here?
Again, my name is Sam Durard. I serve as the Regional Vice President of Sales for the Central and North Texas regions for Womack. Also support the hands-on training school on the corporate side, supporting Kent and his other instructor and the coordinator for hands-on training. I've been with Womack for 10 years.
So more than just out of college?
More than just out of college. I've worked in other industries, been in sales and sales management for over 25 years, but a few other industries.
Okay.
Womack 10 years ago.
How many people are in your group?
We have
salespeople.
15 outside sales reps and 4 sales managers in the 2 regions.
Okay.
And also, of course, Ken as a training manager and the other instructor.
Awesome. Well, Ken, tell us a little about yourself. You know, how long have you been doing this? 3 or 4 years at least.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've been doing this for 36 years. Not the hands-on training. I've worked with Womack for 36 years. I've been in outside sales, and I've done some other things for Womack. But the last, I guess, since 2010, I've been the hands-on training manager and taking care of the hands-on training department.
Excellent.
With that, I've instructed, I travel, I take care of the...
So you're not just the manager, you actually do some of the teaching as
yes,
well, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, sir, I do. I teach, I do a lot of traveling.
Okay. Well, that brings me to a question. So the school, do we hold the school only here at Farmers Branch? Do we hold it in other locations? Do you take the show on the road?
Oh, yeah, we do in-plant schools where we'll take it to wherever our customers or
go to a steel mill.
Oh yeah, in fact we were in steel mill a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
We go all the way up to New York, down to San Diego, California, even done a school over in Hawaii. So
I would do more in Hawaii.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I would. So tell us a little bit about the school. What do you talk about? What are the concepts that you're covering?
Well, we actually have three basic schools. We've got
3 courses?
3 courses. We've got a basic hydraulic class.
Okay.
We've got an advanced, and we have an electrical over hydraulics that we call EHOTS. Our basic school basically covers the basics of fluid power, the
components.
components, the pressure controls, pumps, motors, valves, cylinders.
The idea of pressure and flow. And
Yes, sir. Pascal's law. We go over Pascal's law. We go over velocity of the oil through pipe, hose, tube. We talk about the plumbing and how fast, what turbulent flow is versus laminar flow. And
how long has Womack been offering schools of this kind? I said in my introduction that Mr. Womack wrote the book.
he did.
I think we actually have some books in the
yes,
background
sir.
there. How long have they been doing this?
Mr. Womack started and wrote the first book of Industrial Fluid Power Volume 1. He started that and finished it in 1966, and he started teaching schools in the early 70s. He actually bought a one-room schoolhouse here in Dallas and put his shingle over it and started offering fluid power schools. And when I first started with Womack, that was one of the first things they had me do is teach a course, and I was so nervous. So
More nervous than being on our podcast.
oh yeah,
Evolution in
definitely, definitely. But yeah, it was interesting. We did what was called volume schools. We'd do a chapter a night, or a couple of chapters a night, depending on the book, and we'd make it last about 6 weeks, 2 hours a night, one night a week.
So you do it in the evening after work?
Yeah,
you do
after
it?
work, and we evolved to the hands-on training. We knew we needed something different because we can sit there and show a slideshow, but we wanted the student to be able to get his hands on something and actually see cylinder go out, a motor turn, pressure controls and that
So
type of
when
thing.
we say hands-on, what do you actually mean? Is it as simple as the name, hands-on? Is that what we're looking at?
That's what we're
behind
looking
Sam?
at. Yes, sir. We have machines that we set up at the customer's location or at our location, depending on where we're doing the school. And we have lab activities so they can sit down with the lab, build a circuit, and be able to see what we're discussing. So if we're discussing pressure controls, they're going to hook
They
up
can see
relief
one.
valves.
They can hook it up.
They
and
can
see
hook it up and see it work.
right.
Yes, sir.
Well, Sam, what role does your salespeople play? Do they have any involvement in this? I'm guessing that if they don't know, they have to take the course.
Sure.
They have to be knowledgeable.
Every
But
salesperson has taken the course and been certified by Kent for at least basic, if not basic, and advanced.
for their customers, what role do they play in promote any?
They do. They all play a role in promoting it because, as Mr. Womack said years ago, an educated customer is a good customer for us. We want the
Say it again.
An educated customer is a good customer for Womack. I mean,
like
that
it.
was his philosophy,
I like
and
it.
we've all followed it. So the sales reps do sell the school.
Okay.
They are responsible for selling the school. As Kent said, he is typically instructing or leading the other instructor. We have multiple classes a week.
So we're not doing this for free.
No, oh no.
We're not doing it for free.
Yes,
This is
sir,
something that we pay for,
Yeah.
or that somebody pays for.
Somebody pays for it, yes, sir. Because we're basically bringing the circus to town.
So your sales guys have something to sell.
They absolutely do have something to sell. Customers appreciate it. As you stated earlier, or you kind of mentioned, techs that are hired by our customers come into as an entry-level tech with zero hands-on experience. Most of the time, they've never read a schematic, they've never worked hands-on a circuit.
In my introduction, I quote Arthur C. Clarke because I've actually heard technicians talk about, well, yeah, this technology, this is where the magic happens. Well, what do you mean by magic? Well, we don't understand what's going on in there, but that really is true for hydraulics. There's a whole, would you say there's a whole generation that's come up that no longer
Yes.
understand hydraulics?
Definitely.
They did not have to fix their tractor in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right? And so therefore, they just
They
haven't had their
don't.
hands
They
on
don't
it.
replace the master cylinder in their car. They don't.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so absolutely.
So your salespeople are trying to are getting their customers to send people to be educated.
Either one or two, or sometimes we send our trainers to a customer's location to do a in-plant class.
So that's why you're saying in New York and
Yeah.
in Hawaii
Yes, sir.
and places like that.
Absolutely.
What do you, as a leader of the company, what do you see as the long-term benefit of offering this? Can you quantify it?
Well, we want our industry to grow and be safe. And it's only safe when the technicians have the experience in the equipment, understand what they're looking at, how to make it safe before they work on it. So certainly we know our industry is going to have to continue to be safer as we go forward. I think this class is a very powerful way to get us there. And it's unlimited for us. Customers seem to have every year have more need. We've grown year over year since I've been involved.
I want to come back to that in a second, but is this a competitive advantage? Do your salespeople, do you as a leader of the company view this school as something that our competitors don't offer, and therefore it gives us a leg up?
Absolutely. It does give us a leg up. It's a competitive advantage. I don't know if we necessarily see it as we want the industry to be more knowledgeable. We do. We don't sell in our class. We don't necessarily promote products in the class. It is about learning the technology.
Okay. All right. So Ken, he talked about, quantifying, the benefit. Give me some statistics. How big is this? You told me about some of the places. Give me some statistics.
Well, last year we taught almost 70 schools.
Okay.
We've taught...
that's more than one a week.
Yeah, that's more than one a week, and we taught over 800 people last year.
800 people?
Yes, sir. And we continue to do that this year. We've already got a full schedule through April, and it's amazing how many people we get to see each year, and each month and each week as we teach these schools.
If you taught 800 last year and you had 70 schools, that's more than one a week. Mm-hmm. You're teaching them all over the place. How many teachers do you have? It's not just you.
No, it's not just me. We've just hired a gentleman to help us instruct, but I also use some of our outside salespeople and some of our retired people help us instruct. We only give them a few schools, but
okay.
That's a big help.
That's a way to take advantage of talent, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me ask a question. Here on Evolution and Controls, one of the things that we like to look at is what does our subject look like down the road in the future? Sam, I'll start with you. Where do you see hot schools going from a corporate standpoint? It's not going to go away.
Absolutely not. No, it will always be supported. Again, we firmly believe in educating the customer. So we will continue to grow as fast as we can in this. And more competitors have come into this field in the last 3 or 4 years than we saw before that. So I believe the consumption is growing worldwide.
So if more competitors come into it, I think that says that they recognize that we had a competitive advantage and they want to get in here and be part of it as well.
We did. We have a competitive advantage, and it's a sellable product, and there's just a need in the industry, and so it will continue to grow, not just through us or others as well, I believe.
All right. Well, Ken, you've been here 36. What is the next 36 years? What does the next 5 years look like?
The next 5 years, we're going to continue to grow this. I'd love to see us have more machines, more schools, and more instructors.
Machines, more of the hands-on
trainers. Yes,
okay.
Sir. And develop some new courses, because we right now basic, advanced, and electrical over hydraulics. But I'd like to see us do like pump controls, pumps. Closed loop systems, troubleshooting. I think that's a big one, troubleshooting.
Maybe do one on Citronics, electro-hydraulic
yes, sir.
stuff.
I'd love to see that too. Yeah, that was cool.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did 800 next year. Are you going to be able to break 1,600 sometime soon?
I think so. I think we'll be able to do it. That's about 150 schools. But,
I'm not going to get you to commit on that in the next 3 years, am I? You're not going to bite on that?
No. By that time, I'll probably be ready to retire. But yeah.
Well, maybe we'll come back to this in 3 years. We'll have you guys back in 2 or 3 years if you haven't retired yet, and we'll see where we've gone in the last 2 or 3 years.
Sounds good.
Guys, thanks so much for coming today. I really appreciated your time.
Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
It's been very interesting.
Thank you.
To learn more about the Hot School or Womack Group's many systems and solutions, visit womackmachine.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Evolution in Controls on whatever platform you use for podcasts or on YouTube for a video version so you can be updated when we release new episodes. Thank you again for joining us today. I'm Tim Wilson, and remember, keep moving.